It is April 7th, Sunday. After 2 years, I'm back at Manzanita Campground in Sedona. 7-hour drive, which by yourself is just awful. But I'm here and I'm all parked. Everything's unloaded, so let me show you the campground. So this is spot 13, which is good for one person, because frankly, no, my big 10-person tent might fit there, but it'd be close. Anyway, there's my stuff. My campfire, which is a lot easier to deal with than logs, let's be honest. And the creek I get to fall asleep to every night and wake up to. I'm really looking forward to this. There's the view of it from the creek. Plenty of neighbors, but you know, that's what camping's all about if you want a car camp. And this is why I drove 7 hours. Because this is my campsite. And it goes on for quite a ways. Basically all the way out of the park. Looks like my neighbors have left, but it also looks like they did not fully extinguish the campfire. And I will take advantage of that. Interesting bit of trivia. This McDonald's can only open if they agreed to change the color from the traditional yellow to this green to match the aesthetic of the town. So first day is driving around. I went all the way west to see what kind of markets and shit were available. So I knew what to do. South to see where all the trailheads were. And the fact that I'm going to have to get there early if you want a spot, or there's a shuttle. And I'm going north to Flagstaff. And it's still cold here. That is snow. I don't think it's on purpose. Let's see what it is. Huh. Monday night. It's cold. It's cold. I'm sitting at the campsite all bundled up, all just trying to read and stay warm. And I can't. It's just too cold. It's maybe in the 50s. Standing here way too close to a fire. But it's just nice to be warm. So I took my stuff, set up my car for sleeping. Hopefully it'll be warmer. I'm going to run the hell out of it. Like the heater like 15 minutes before I get in. It won't stay warm for a long time, but it'll be nice for a little bit to be warm. The weather is supposed to be fantastic tomorrow, and even better the day after that, so I'm thinking I just gotta make it through this. It'll be worth it. Either way, I'm gonna learn if it's better in the car, or if the car is just as bad as the tent. It'll be good for future trips if I can find out that for sure. Well, this is my third day here and I'm doing my first hike because first day I showed up way too late to do anything. Second day was scouting around and getting an idea of what was here and what I could do. And good thing I did, because this is the best trail to get to, but they're all packed. So I got here about 7:30, got one of the last 3 spots, and by the time I was all done getting my stuff out of the car, it was full. 5 more minutes and I would have been hating life. But either way, I'm on Cathedral Rock Trail. Which is one of these standard hikes everybody does, and it's very nice. So if you'd like an example of why people are just sometimes the absolute worst, I started here. When I was there, this section was scratched out. When I got down to here, there was another sign. This section was scratched out. Now I'm over here. In other words, somebody came along to every single sign and scratched out the part that would tell you where you are. Oh, so this is Courthouse Butte, but whatever. And that's Bell Rock. And I kid you not, a trail over there is called Slim Shady. Look, not kidding. See? They did it again. So it turns out that that's not mold. That is something special. It is a lichen. Subscribe. 10 o'clock, fantastic hike, absolutely wonderful. Loved every minute of it. And I'm about to disappoint a shitload of people because I'm going to my car, but I'm not leaving because you don't give up a spot like this. But I do want to change some things in my shoes and stuff, so everybody's gonna go, you leaving, you leaving, you leaving, you leaving? So, because I can't give up a parking spot like this, I'm gonna see if I can get the rest of it in. Looks like it's gonna be about 4 more miles. I'm up for it. I'm gonna do a smaller loop. I just did this. Rested, told a good dozen people I wasn't leaving, and I'm gonna do this. I thought about going up here, but 6 hours of hiking is a bit much for one day. For, ooh, Black Diamond? Yeah, definitely not. Definitely doing that. Which will surprisingly have me loop back on very little that I've already done, which means just that part. Excellent. That's Cathedral Rock. You can't even park there. They make you take a shuttle. Pretty good viewpoint here. You can see those guys. And them all at the same point. And way down there is the parking lot where people are still looking for spots. If you continue walking past the last campsite, which looks like it might be one of the ones that you hike into as opposed to a car camping site like the rest of them, the creek continues down a little bit farther. Not far at all. To a little swimming hole, which in the summer I have swum on. I have. And it is cold. But fun. And if you're bold and brave, there's a large rock you can easily get up to and jump down into the water. Maybe easily is pushing it. You make your way up those steps, up and around, down, that little ledge right there, then in you go. And you got to admit, in summer, this would be a pretty nice place to swim. Definitely a good campground. When it's warm enough, and that's the important thing, when it's warm enough, it's exquisite. It's so nice to sit there today. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. There is sort of an issue, which is, that's the highway. Okay, busy, but here's the problem. These are both two-way roads. In other words, at any one point in time, somebody could be coming up and somebody could be going down. And it'd be real easy to come into that driveway way too fast. I'm always super nervous leaving here. It's also easy to miss. I certainly did the first time I came. So apparently today, everybody's up at 7. So is a propane fire less traditional? By far. Is it a lot nicer when you need to heat up real quick in the morning? Yes, it is. Checking out Oak Creek Canyon. Unfortunately, it did not take my pass, so I had to pay, but I got the 3-day pass, which will cover 2 other sites, one of which has mystical, magical, healing properties. Sure, okay. I'll go check it out. Somebody's private house. Must be nice. One thing about this hike, the guy said that you'd have to cross a lot of these. I'm okay with it, but this would be a problem for a lot of people. Now watch as I fall in. I hope you appreciate that I'm doing this with the phone in one hand, just for the sense of showmanship. And wait for it. Ta-da. I'll be fine, but this is not a hike for the timid. This is a lot of stuff. Well, this is going to be an all-day hike, but I think I'm okay with that. Going slow, taking my time, lots of pictures, enjoying the sights. I don't know what the story is with this blanket, but I'm not touching it. I keep getting a dog. My favorite part of this hike is the 15 or so river crossings. And then after that, you play, okay, where's the path? I mean, it's a valley. I'm not getting lost. It's here. But, man, if you were nervous or not comfortable being out here, this would be intimidating. That's the trail, but if you're paying attention, there's a little thing that comes up here. And by all rights, this should be a campfire. Look at it. Look at it. Who wants to camp under the creepy rocks? Why is that not a campfire? Could nature have put those 4 rocks there any more perfectly? Underneath an overhang? That looks like smoke damage. Yeah. Somebody has made fires here. Now the question is when? Somebody recent? Or is this really, really old? Anyway, neat. Oh, I just noticed the hieroglyphic.
I don't think 1,000 years from now somebody's going to be studying this. I've been deliberately not looking at the map because I wanted to not think about how far I had to go, and then I see the sign. Definitely a fantastic hike, but I will be taking a break at this pool. So let's see what the pool looks like. And cut! This is it. This is the end of the trail. That's the pond. You can keep going if you want to just step in the water. But here comes the sun peeking its way over the valley. Sunlight's starting to come across the thing. Temperature's going to start going up. Still cold at 7. I realized that I have not given you a tour of my setup and why I have the things that I have. So let's do that. Here we have 3 extendable sunshade things. That one right there is actually a hammock, which I might still set up. Used to sleep on that, but I like the air mattress better. I bring it because it's a great backup in case the air mattress deflates. The middle thing is a bug screen and sunscreen. And that one's just a giant sunscreen. Because you don't always want the bug screen. And sometimes you need 2. Some trips I've been having 2 has been a lifesaver. Giant solar panel. You can charge straight from this or hook it up to the battery, which it will charge, and then the battery can use stuff. A fold out thing with all my camping gear in it. Everything you could possibly need. If somebody says, hey, do you have it? The answer is yes, and it's in this thing. This is my water container, so you don't have to walk back and forth to the water thing all the time. Works beautifully. Fill it up once, you're good for the whole week. A chair that Shelly got for me that is specifically designed to comfortably rock back and keep you from going way too far safely. Propane. I stopped fucking around with logs and stuff like that and just got one of these when they started saying you couldn't have campfires at places because of the fire hazard. And it turns out that the ability to just simply turn your fire on and off is a big plus. It's nice. It doesn't have the atmosphere with the popping and crackling, but it's also ready instantly and shuts down instantly. I've taken 1 tank on 2 trips, and I'm keeping track of how long it lasts just because I have no idea. Do I need to bring a spare? Is 1 good for an entire couple of weeks? So every time I turn it on, I log about how long I have it on, and eventually I have a ballpark idea of how long one of these things will last. It seems definitely lighter. Well, which makes sense considering I've been using it. But not empty light. But maybe. I'll find out. And finally, my tent. I used to take a 10-person, but it was just too big. Too big, too much to handle by yourself. So I got a 4-person. I had a queen mattress that filled the whole thing, which was neat in that you had a giant queen mattress, but not neat in that you had no room to work. There was nowhere to stand. It literally went edge to edge. So I got a twin, which works out beautifully. All the stuff I want lined up: laundry, power, nighttime clothes are in a pile there for later, and my little end table, which has all the stuff on it. I'm hoping it'll only be in the 50s tonight, which will be, I'll have enough stuff to deal with. But anyway, and then you got all your accoutrements. This is the view from my hotel room. You know, hotel rooms have power, running water. You don't freeze at night, but they absolutely do not have this. By the way, in terms of the campsite, I mean, I've been here since Sunday. It's Wednesday. You see people come, you see people go. That's how this place works. The weird thing is, that core tent down there, that's been there the whole time. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody. And this person has the weirdest tent setup, which is strange because even the most basic tents are 25 bucks. And this side is 25 bucks a day. Definitely looks like she lives here though. Yeah, everybody's got a story. But everything else is reserved and empty. Just like every other campsite I've ever been to. Reserved and empty. Reserved and empty. Drives me nuts. So this is the first time I've seen a scooter, which is what that is. It's a Vespa, doing 80 miles an hour. I had no idea they could do that. So hats off to this guy for an absolutely ballsy trip through the desert.